Super Bowl. And for the Bills, the playoff losing streak on the road has now reached 8 consecutive games.
They've ended a lot of team seasons, too. And it's a good squad. They had a good plan tonight, and again, they made one more play than we did.
We got to keep working to get over that hump. So we've won a lot of tough games this year.
Radio Network, Super Bowl is set. Kansas City and Philadelphia again. Here on Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. Get a business insurance quote in as little as 6 minutes. Visit ProgressiveCommercial.com. Along with Michelle Smallman, who's not happy today with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Chris Canty, who's got his Giants sweatshirt because the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. And me, Evan Cohen. Good morning, everybody.
Well, I mean, the Giants are contributing to the Eagles' success, right? Saquon Barkley, part of that Eagles offense. 7 rushing touchdowns for the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game. I mean, our very own Pat Costello put it best. You got backups playing in the fourth quarter in a conference championship game. That is absolutely wild, but it shows you how dominant the Philadelphia Eagles are. And now, Smalls, for Super Bowl 59, we have the best roster in the NFL going up against the best winner in the NFL.
The best team, perhaps, in the NFL, in the Kansas City Chiefs? You always talk about that, the best team. And I was thinking about that watching this game yesterday. We don't talk about them a lot during the regular season for obvious reasons. Their dominance is just expected. We don't talk about them normally until the playoffs. But to be able to get a group of people who have postseason after postseason after postseason, all those extra games, who have to find ways in order for them to reinvent themselves, make little subtle tweaks here and there, be selfless in a lot of ways in order to pull the rope in the same way, in order to have that consistent success, that is a team. That is a team that has that muscle memory, but that trusts in one another, has that confidence in one another and their coaching staff. And you always talk about this. The most talented team doesn't always win. It's the best team that wins.
No doubt.
And I think about that with the Chiefs. They've done it yet again.
And they were at their best in, I don't know, did we call it yesterday their first game of the season? Or is 2 weeks from now the first game of the season?
No, the first game of the season was
yesterday.
Yeah.
I want to know. A good start.
Yeah, good start.
So all the conversation about how bad their offense was at times, their offense scored 32 points yesterday, did they not?
Yeah, they did.
No, so in the first game of the season, the Chiefs scored 32 points. That is completely dismissive of every other team up until this point. But there's a reason on our show that we made the decision early on Tuesdays, when we do our power rankings, when CC gives it to us, that we do the challengers to the Chiefs. If there was ever a reason or ever a confirmation of our game plan, it was yesterday. This rivalry, that's not a rivalry when you're 4-0 in the postseason against the other quarterback, which is the most wins for one quarterback against another quarterback all time in the postseason. What Mahomes has, he's now he has a winning record, by the way, in games that he's down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
In regular season and postseason. He
not
has
normal.
a winning record.
What is it, 14 and 10?
27 and 26 when you combine
27 and 26,
when you combine everything that for his entire career. It is unbelievable what this man has done. And now they're going back to their third straight Super Bowl. They are going to their fifth in six years. Mahomes is unbelievable, and he was at his best yesterday in the biggest of moments. Those 2 plays late when they're trying to run out the clock, they're not afraid of just sitting on the ball. They're fine throwing the football around. Samaje Perine, his first touch of the game is to win it. They are so amazing.
He gets it done with his legs, too. Steps up when he needs to.
Unreal. But there was a moment yesterday. There were a couple of moments, obviously, in that game that everybody was talking about. Late in the game on the 4th and 5, and the heave that Josh Allen had that Kincaid dropped. But also, there was one controversial one when the Bills were up 22-21 in this game, a game they lost 32-29. 4th and 1 at the Kansas City 41-yard line. Josh Allen tries to quarterback sneak for a first down. The replay official did not give them that first down, and Kansas City gets the ball back, and that is when they took that lead. They score a touchdown, 2-point conversion. They're up 29-21 in that spot. And there was controversy all around. One ref said it was first down. The other ref said it wasn't. Did the refs get the call wrong?
Yeah, the refs got the call right. I mean, the near side ref had the best look at it. He's looking down the line, and he's got a good shot. The ball never crosses the plus 40-yard line for the Buffalo Bills. Now, the far side ref gave him the spot on the other side of the 40, but his view is through that mass of humanity, and in the scrum, you can't see the exact location of the ball. So I got to trust the eyes of the near side ref, who had a great spot. He was right down the 40-yard line, and it shows that Josh Allen, the football, never crosses the 40, and the line to gain was the 40-yard line. So the refs absolutely got it right. Smalls, what I can't understand is why the Buffalo Bills didn't give the ball to James Cook in that situation. Because earlier on that same drive, you got stopped on a third down when you tried to tush push. The series before, you got 3rd and goal, you got stopped for no gain on a tush push. Remember, James Cook, the play after that, stretches out for the touchdown on 4th down, a phenomenal play. But James Cook was cooking, pun intended, the entirety of the 3rd quarter. Why would you not give him the football in that situation early 4th quarter where you got an opportunity to put that game away? Like, to me, that was absolutely huge, the fact that the Buffalo Bills weren't able to extend that drive, weren't able to extend that lead. They left the door open for the boogeyman Patrick Mahomes, and it came back to bite them.
Which you never want to do. You never want to. And you think if any team would have learned that lesson, it's the Buffalo Bills, that you don't want to give Patrick Mahomes an ounce of runway to handle his business, because he always does, especially against that team, especially in the postseason. But whether or not the call was right, the fact that it was another close call in a critical situation that goes the Chiefs' way, it just is another log on this fire that has a lot of people who watch these games feel like every bounce goes the Chiefs' way, every call goes their way. And I hate that this is happening for them. I understand it from a viewership perspective, but I think that that diminishes what they've accomplished. To have these conversations about it, it's important to have them, of course, because they influence the game, but I don't think it's fair to them to suggest that because calls like that in critical moments go their way, that that's why they're having the success that they're having.
I'm glad you said that, because I think if people's reaction from yesterday is solely based on that call, they didn't watch the whole game. I mean, that's ridiculous. This is not a referee game. If people are going to sit there and say the Chiefs won because of referees, give me a break. You just hit on something, CC, where I don't understand why they didn't give James Cook the ball more on that drive in that series. How about for the entirety of the game? Like, this is the dirty little secret that people don't want to bring up, that I have no problem bringing up, because I've become, and I wasn't, a fan of Josh Allen's. He threw the ball too much yesterday for my liking. 34 times is too much. I need long, drawn-out drives. You know how many carries James Cook had? 13. That's it. 13 carries in this game. That is not enough. Josh Allen had 11. 32 carries total, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. They should have run the ball more. We've gone through the numbers historically, and when he throws less than 30 times, they win almost every one of these games. I am not putting this solely on Josh Allen. What I'm saying is something has to change with this team. They always lose these big games. They don't see some of these things coming. Steve Spagnuolo, who I know, Smalls, you love, and you covered in St. Louis, what a moment late in that game on that blitz, that corner blitz that the Chiefs...
Outstanding call.
They had not used all game. Bills didn't see it coming. Boom. Now, you can make the argument Kincaid should have caught the ball. How about this? Before people want to blame the refs, I'm sorry, I know I'm going off here, but this is bothersome to me that the refs are an angle. How about Sean McDermott? Don't take points off the board early when you get a penalty on an extra point, because guess what? You missed a 2-point conversion, and then later at 22-21, which is the same score as when this play happened with the referee, you're chasing